etc. for a wheelchair, 4 carts full of property.
I'm just saying
they can stay here all the time.
Yeah.
As long as the park is open, it's public.
Yeah. All I'm saying is these people were homeless. They could, I'm sure, be treated differently, right? I think that under the law, property is property. That's why they could be charged the same way as these people for what they have, regardless of what kind of property it is. Property is property. And if you want to deem that, even though they're with their property as storing property, then even them with their own type of property, the same thing. You know, I don't see any difference really under the law.
I have to disagree with you this is personal property, and this is food that they're eating to barbecue.
You're free to disagree. I don't see under the law any difference.
I'm not sure there's too many people that are going to agree with you.
Well, the activists, of course, will agree.
Well, of course, yeah. Because you guys all, I understand you don't want us to do any enforcement. I get that. I get it. In fact, I don't want to do enforcement. I would rather help these people.
Yeah.
But what do you do with somebody who doesn't want help? Do you just let them store all their property out there? Like, if nobody complained, we would not be here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bug me. It bugs people.
Sure.
People that call the police.
Certain people. Yeah.
So what do you do?
I personally, if I was in your shoes, would make sure people's Fourth Amendment rights are not violated. Their right to have the property.
Violate
I'm not saying you did.
No, but I'm asking you, did I violate their Fourth Amendment right to know?
No, I don't think so. I'm not saying you did.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't. At all.
No, I'm not saying you did.
Right? But unlawful storage of personal property is
again,
on the books.
Yeah, and it goes back to that law
and that's something that
conflicts with the Fourth Amendment.
Judges have said that, hey, this is what this law is constitutional.
The judges
for right now.
Well, City Council
they might
passed it.
2 years from now, they might say, hey, this is actually unconstitutional, and we'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
But for right now, this is constitutional, and it's a law on the books.
Mm-hmm.
It's your opinion that it's not constitutional. That's your opinion, but that doesn't mean that there's a judge that gets paid a lot more than both of us. That have said this is constitutional. Well, now.
There are judges that have deemed such laws regarding. It's called basically you're criminalizing life-sustaining activities. And that was a case in Miami, Porter versus Miami.
Yeah, that would be if I walked over and said, hey, you guys can't eat your food.
Well,
that would be a life-sustaining activity.
Even sleeping in public, those types of things.
Even storing your property, how is that a life-sustaining activity?
Well, just that they're just trying to survive on the street, basically. That's if you look up that case, Potter versus City of Miami, Pottinger versus City of Miami, it'll explain all that. But they got sued, that city, and the homeless won. Right, because they were harassing them for sleeping in public or eating in public or just basically kind of doing what they're doing, you know. So judge has already decided that.
What does that have to do with storing property?
It's the same thing. They were getting harassed for having.
But it's not the same thing though, because look, they got arrested or cited or whatever for sleeping or eating in public. We're not doing that. That's your right to sleep in a park. Like I told her, have your blankets out here and sleep in the park.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's when you store all your property and take up a huge portion of the park.
You yourself haven't done these things.
300 square feet of the park.
Yeah, you yourself haven't done these. I'm saying
I've slept in a park before.
No. I'm saying you haven't given them tickets and stuff like that for that. But other officers have come here and harassed people when they were sleeping in the park and that kind of thing. That's all I'm saying. And they use these laws to do that.
These people say that they're harassing the school district for having all their stuff 2 feet away from their parking lot. Well, I mean, it could go both ways. You know, it's an argument that could go both ways. But how is enforcing laws harassment?
Well, if the law violates a constitutional right, that's when it becomes.
Hold on, but that's your opinion. That the judge has not come down and said it's unconstitutional.
Some judges have.
Well, a judge in New Jersey, and for some specific Miami for some specific law that they have. But right now in California, we have different laws in Florida, right?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Right.
But the same mentality, a lot of times, especially in tourist towns, the homeless are treated differently than other people in the
How do you think the treatment was for these people? We did everything we
could.
I'm
not accusing you of anything.
I know, but we go round and round about this, right?
Yeah.
We go round and round. You guys claim that, the police, they don't do nothing.
Well, I'm not saying, dude, I don't make blatant statements on all cops. I treat every police officer different. So I don't go around saying every officer is bad or just, no. But there's certain bad apples, but I'm not saying you are a bad apple or others, you know. Until I get to know somebody, I have to have evidence to say something like that. I don't accuse every officer of being a bad apple. That's not who I am. Even with the homeless, I don't think all the homeless are good people.
Well, but you're saying harassing, but you're not giving any specific...
Oh no, I've seen it. I've been arrested myself for filming the police by officer here.
For getting too close.
No, I wasn't even that close. Well, that was the accusation. But I'm like probably from here to that tree,
But
maybe.
you gotta understand, right? I don't know you, right? Have I searched you today?
No.
I haven't searched you, right?
No.
You could have a gun in your pocket right now, and dude, you could pull that out and shoot me dead.
No.
From 2 feet away.
You've been awesome.
I know, but
how you've been treating me. I'm not.
Josh, but what I'm saying is that you got to understand is that people don't like police, and there's murders going on. Almost, it seems like every week there's a cop dying.
Well, the officer that arrested me, we had spoken previously, and he knew me. He wasn't like I was a random person.
It doesn't matter. I've talked to gangsters over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Right, and they haven't had a weapon, and then I see them again, and they got a weapon.
Well,
because they don't have a weapon today, just because you don't have a gun today doesn't mean you're not going to have a gun in a month.
But with that logic, you might as well walk over there because they could have a gun aiming to shoot you right now, and or have them all arrested.
It's a very dangerous job.
But I'm just saying, with that logic, you could go and arrest anybody.
No, but what I'm saying is when you're over here, right? I got to worry about Leanne and Ronnie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they don't have a gun because I haven't searched them. But now I got some guy standing behind me, right? Mm-hmm. It's dangerous for us. This is a dangerous. I don't like too many people coming in on me, especially when I haven't searched people.
Yeah.
You got to understand the safety aspect of it.
No, I'm not against that. Yeah.
So you got arrested for probably being too close.
No. Well, the officer, he knew
I invited you over.
Yeah.
I invited you over.
Yeah, and that officer that arrested me had previously invited me over to talk with him too.
Right.
Before he had me arrested.
Right. And
when I was way far away from him.
And even in this incident, right, today, right?
Yeah.
If there comes a point where, I'm not feeling too comfortable, I'm going to ask you to step away.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
And you have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's my right as a police officer.
I know.
I don't know you, right?
I know.
So,
yeah.
So just understand, you probably got too close that day and you got arrested.
No, the case got dropped. I have a video of the whole thing, so it got dropped.
I'm aware of that. I know that case.
It got dropped because he violated my rights. Okay. It's pretty obvious. And you can't say every officer doesn't ever violate anyone's rights ever.
Look.
Right?
I mean, sometimes you're trying to get me to say some blanket statement.
No. I'm just saying.
Not gonna say.
No, not a blanket. I'm just saying. Can't you admit that sometimes officers make mistakes?
Why are you trying to get me to admit that? I'm not going to admit that.
So you're saying that they never make mistakes?
Who?
Police officers.
If you have some specific incident, I'll answer that. But
I'm thinking officers in general. Do they ever make mistakes? Police officers.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say every officers are bad, but sometimes they make mistakes.
I don't think your court case has been decided by a judge yet. So you're saying that they violated your rights, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that has been decided by a judge.
So
when they get decided by a judge and they come back and the judge and the jury say, yeah, your rights were violated.
Well, the city attorney already threw it out. So it's
that doesn't mean that your rights were violated. That's just a city attorney not willing to prosecute a case.
Well, you can look at how you want.
So I'll tell you what, we'll revisit this in a year or two, right? And if the judge and jury say they violated your rights, then you can say, you know what, they violated my rights. But until then, you can't say that because the jury hasn't decided that yet. Right?
Well,
am I wrong? You think this is
the city
your
attorney?
opinion.
I think would be in agreement with me.
So the city attorney said that they violated your rights?
Well, they sure didn't prosecute. I'll take a look at the letter. Exactly what he said.
But that doesn't mean that your rights are violated just because they don't prosecute a case.
I have to look at the exact wording of what he said. I forgot exactly what he wrote.
There's plenty of cases that don't get prosecuted. Just because maybe there's not enough evidence, or they just don't feel it's a strong case, so they throw it out. That doesn't mean your rights were violated.
But if you don't think my rights were violated, you should watch the video, and then you'll change your mind.
A whole jury is going to decide.
Not a jury, you just watch. You can just watch.
No, this is none of my business.
It's a video.
A whole jury is going to decide your case, and in a year or 2 years, whenever the case is decided, you can come back and say, you know what, my rights are violated. Here, I'll show you proof because the jury had, agreed.
I don't have any charges like
just your opinion and his opinion, my opinion is really irrelevant right now. To be honest, let's let a jury decide it, and then we'll see if your rights are violated.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Because it is going to court, right?
It's not really something that I want to discuss too much, all of what's happening, but yeah, no worries. It's okay.
Are you taking it? Are you fighting it?
No, it's already got thrown out, so it's not like I have to fight a case. It's already been thrown out.
But the civil.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's...
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. The civil case.
Yeah.
Because you're suing the city, right? So the jury will decide if your rights were violated.
Yeah.
But until then, you can't go around saying my rights were violated, my rights were violated. Right? You're suing saying your rights were violated.
Well, I could say it because it happened.
Well, you could say whatever you want, but until a jury says that your rights were violated,
doesn't mean that even if the jury disagrees.
Because you could sue and say that, hey, the cop broke my arm.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's let a jury decide to see if your arm was really broken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could sue for anything.
Sure,
really.
sure.
So you're suing and saying your rights were violated. Let's let a jury decide that.
Yeah.
So until then, we're going to keep doing outreach on these folks.
Oh,
you're going to
that's
keep
great.
trying, but again, I have to enforce laws. So, Leanne, Ronnie, all your stuff needs to be moved out of the park. You can barbecue, you can keep your food and stuff, but all your stuff needs to be stored somewhere.
Maureen went to go get the person whose house is going.
I think an hour is ample time. And I'm just letting you know, and you can put it on camera, that the next time you violate this law, because it's still on the books, you will go to jail. Okay? I'm just being as clear and open and honest as I can be. You will go to jail.
If I haven't got a ticket for it, I'm still going to jail. Because I haven't been cited today.
Do you want me to cite you today then?
No, I'm just saying I haven't been cited for it. So
let's just not do it. Let's just get into a
shelter. So if it took to my trailer took to my bike to my blanket on it, is that storing the property?
It could be. Each scenario is different.
What did he say?
I asked him, so if my blankets are on my cart and it's attached to my bike, is that storing in my property if my bike's with me? It depends on the scenario.
Yeah. Each incident is different. But let's not even go down that road. Let's get you into a shelter. Let's get you some drug rehab.
I'm not
right,
separating from my family.
What about you? Do you want to go? All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a good one.
You too.
Not separating from my family. Each scenario is different. How's it different? It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can't take me to jail for an infraction that I haven't even been.
They're gonna come back in an hour, they said.
Yeah, it'll be gone. James just went by and told me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But he's not going to stop to the other one because it's people.
Yeah.
But he was right there.
Yeah, he won't buy.
Okay.
He's right.
All right. Well, here's what's happening here in Anaheim, California. Please share the video, and if you'd like to do join Homeless Advocates for Christ on Facebook, like, share, subscribe. Hopefully these people won't get jail or tickets for just trying to survive out here. Anyway, thanks again. And God bless you. First kingdom always. Bye-bye.